Hello guys, and welcome to another one of my videos where I always try to give you project management advice, tips, and education. Today what I want to talk about is a very important topic for a lot of people who are trying to get PMP certified or any certification for that matter. A lot of people attend my course, and whether it's online or in a classroom, as you probably know, I conduct courses. I'm not just on YouTube, but I do have my classroom trainings and I have my online trainings. And if you or your organization is ever interested in any training, please talk to me and we can work something out. Anyways, what I want to talk about today is how much time should you spend studying after taking a PMP course? That's a question I get asked a lot. A lot of times my reaction is more of a surprise, and that's because I assume that people would know that everybody's different, right? So I may be a very fast reader or a heavy reader, and I could spend lots of hours reading where somebody else may not be able to focus a lot. Maybe they can only give it maybe 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, and they get bored or they lose focus. So this is a really tough question to answer, but I'm going to give my own advice, and I think this may work. All right, so you've attended, let's say, a 5-day project management course or 4 Saturdays, or you attended online. Now, if you're watching YouTube, I think that's probably sufficient because these videos are ones that you can repeat forward and so on, and you can look up stuff. So a lot of times when you do it on YouTube or self-learning, it's done right then. That's when you feel comfortable and you can practice some questions and answers afterwards. However, if you've attended a classroom training for project management or an online training, live instructor-led training, then you probably need some time to go and study, right? So my recommendation is you should give it 3 evenings or 3 days a week, 3, and in every one of those 3 days, do about an hour to an hour and a half. I would say about an hour and a half is good. So if you do 3 days a week, spread them out, do an hour and a half each, that gives you 4.5 hours. What do you need to do? 35 hours. If the training was covered in 35 hours, if you divide that roughly by 4.5 or 36 by 4, if you want a rough number, that's 9, right? So then in 9 weeks, which is just over 2 months, you should be ready to take the exam. Let me give you a strategy now. 3 times a week, this is your recipe. 3 times a week, 1.5 hours each time, right? Amounting to 4.5 hours, and you want to do this for about 8 to 10 weeks, depending on how many hours you actually end up spending each time that you sit to read. Now, what do you read? You read the material that you were provided from your training provider. So if you attended my course, you're probably going to get the PMI provided material, which is a manual that PMI has prepared. Before, in the past, we used to have our own PowerPoint material and some others, but this time around it is PMI material, some videos, and so on. So you want to take about 8 to 10 weeks to read these, spend 3 times a week, an hour and a half, right? Make time for that. And only after you've completed all of your studying is where I think you should start practicing with questions, right? What most people want to do, and the instinct that you have, and because people like to play games, right? They think answering questions is fun. Multiple choice, this is fun. Let me test myself. Let me see how I do. Well, what you're doing is you're burning out the questions that you may have access to, and you're probably going to demotivate yourself. I wouldn't recommend practicing with questions until you've actually completed all of the self-study after the classroom study. So spend 8 to 10 weeks, read up the material, Google, look up anything that you don't understand, or maybe rely on PMP study guides, even if they're not for the most recent exam structure. It's okay. If you want to look up something about Six Sigma, it is going to be there. It doesn't matter how old that manual is. So you want to go, you can go as far back as PIM Book 4 if you want, if you're studying now for the exam, for any exam prep books. Any of these will be fine. You may have access to some in PDF format or soft copy or something, or books, right? So you can look up any topic. You want to know about earned value, they already exist there. The facts don't change. It's the structure of the exam that changed. So whenever you're studying and you want to look up anything, that's fine. You can go back as far as PIM Book 4. It's okay, right? So only after you've read all of the material that was provided by your training provider and you've Googled all the things that you don't understand and you've completed all of the material, that's when I think you should start practicing with questions. Whether you want to practice by section or you want to practice across the board, what I recommend is you practice from questions that are covering the whole PMP. So that you practice across the board, test yourself, see where your weak spots are, score yourself, do like 20 questions at a time. It's a lot, I think. A lot of people want to do like mock exams. Mock exams, if you really want to do these for like 4 hours or 3 hours or 3.5 hours, you want to spend that much time, that's a lot of time, right? And you want to see the results. You want to see how you're doing. So I would recommend do 25 questions or do 50 questions, sample them, see how you do, see what your score is, see where your challenges are, and from those challenges, go look them up. Go read the material again. Go research them and do another like 20 or 50 questions and see how you score. With each round of questions that you take, you would get a better understanding of your weaknesses and you'll be more prepared for the next set of questions. Eventually, what's going to happen is that you're going to start scoring like 85%, 90% consistently on all of the quizzes that you take. What you're doing is you are referring back to the material and research so that you can relearn the things that you're not scoring well on. And by doing so, you're building on your knowledge and its continuous improvement on your ability to score well on the exam. So this is what you should do. After you've attended your classroom or online training with your training provider, you need to start reading your material 3 times a week, an hour and a half each. Now your question here before I go forward is, what if you don't have time? Because a lot of people say, well, I can't really give it 3 days a week, right? And I can't really spend an hour and a half. I have family, I have obligations, commitments, and so on. That's fine. I understand. So this is what I recommend that you do. And this is something that I heard someplace else, so I didn't really make this one up. What you do is you tell yourself that you're not going to study, but you want to stay in the loop. So what you have to do is open that manual that you were given by your training provider just to glance at it. Tell yourself you're going to spend 5 to 10 minutes just to look at it visually. You're not going to read, right? So read just the headings. Don't really read, just glance visually and, glance at the topics, like how many sections you have to study, and think about how much time you want to spend on it, when you're actually going to do this, when will be a good time, is it Saturday, Friday, when do you want to do this? And then, but tell yourself you're not going to read, okay? What would end up happening, and this is what I heard, and I've tested it myself, what would end up happening is that you would actually read. You'll probably spend about a half an hour or an hour reading only because you open that book. It's the same thing as when you don't want to go to the gym because you don't have the motivation to go to the gym. But what you do know is that whenever you're in a gym already inside, you're more likely to try out some of the equipment that is there, right? So it's just about going to the gym. And now for studying for the project management for the PMP, it is opening that manual to actually look at it. So open it with no fear. Tell yourself you just want to stay on top of what the topics were so that you're not becoming outdated that fast. People do forget and you don't want to forget. So all you want to do is glance at the topics, right? And what you're going to find out is that you'd end up reading. So time after time, do this. If you don't feel like reading still, just put it away. Don't read. All right, save it for another day, a better time, sometime when you're energetic, but don't put it off that long. If you wait that long, if you wait a few months and you say, all right, I'm going to do this in Q4, Q3, you're not going to do it, okay? I've seen many people do this. They don't end up doing it. Exams are no fun. You just have to put the effort and they get done, okay? You just got to do it. If it was your job that forced you to do something, a report you don't like, you would do it. If it's your university or your master's degree or your PhD that asked you to do something, you would have done it, right? So you just have to make time. For you to make time, you need motivation sometimes, so that's my advice. Tell yourself you just want to look at it and you don't have to read. You would eventually read, okay? So that's your recipe. Take the course, read 3 times a week, an hour and a half each, and this is going to take you 8 to 10 weeks depending on your speed, or if you do more frequent than 3 days. So 8 to 10 weeks. When you're close to the end, you should start looking at filling out your application. A lot of times your training provider can help you with the application. Submit it with PMI. It takes a few days. They approve you. In the meantime, you're practicing with questions and answers. You're fine-tuning your information, and you're filling the gaps for areas that you weren't comfortable with. And then you just have to schedule the exam at that point. And hopefully you can pass at that time. That's my advice, and that's my answer to a lot of people who want to know how long they should spend studying. If you want to study, you can watch the PMP playlist that I have, which is 45 videos, all based on PIM Book 6. Yes, they're not based on the new exam structure, but the facts in them are still very valid. And a lot of people are certifying. What I recommended in one of my previous videos is that you watch those 45 videos and then you read the Agile Practice Guide, right? And then see what other information you can find. This is if you don't want to go and pay for online training or self-study or anything. So that could be an advice. And, if you look at, below the PMP videos that I have, you can see that a lot of people have certified in 2021 based on that information. That's all I have for you today. Hopefully that answers some of your questions pertaining to how you should study. If you are studying differently in a more effective fashion, let us know how you study. I'd be interested in knowing how you study. Put your advice for the community down in the comments so everybody else can see it. And also I can get some advice from you that I can relay to other people. If you've tried some methods that don't work, then also let us know. Whatever advice you have for how you study, your strategy for studying would be good to know so that everybody else would learn from your experience. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.